Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show.
How you doing?
Hello, this is the Hot Topic Show. It's what we do.
We won't judge, but we're judging. It's going to be juicy.
Now, here's Wendy.
Such things as halfway crooks. Scared to death, scared to look, they shook. Cause ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. Scared to death, scared to look, they shook. Cause ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. Scared to death, scared to look, they shook. Cause ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. Living the life that comes and goes. There's numerous ways you can choose to earn funds. So some get shot, locked down, and turn heads. Cowardly ones and straight up shook ones, shook ones.
Thanks for watching our show, and say hello to my co-host, my studio audience. How you doing? Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. As you know, if you follow the show enough, that my commute here consists of very, very aggressive music. Yeah, Mobb Deep is definitely a part of the scene every single morning. Every single morning. So I was very, very upset to hear that Prodigy passed away, one half of the duo. He was only 42 years old. And he was performing in Vegas on Saturday nights. There's no cause of death yet, but he was battling sickle cell since birth. And I had an interesting relationship with Mobb Deep in terms of, you know, hosting a lot of events. Never in a bad way, always a good way. Always a good way. As a matter of fact, part of the special guest of my show in July was supposed to be Mobb Deep. He was a husband. He's got 2 children and a stepchild, and he was a grandfather as well. And a shout out to Havoc, the other half of Mobb Deep, and all the family of Prodigy. He represents a part of my entire, I don't know, an entire history of mine, you know, in terms of like people who, like, I like to see people still standing. That's always a good thing. I ran into him on the sidewalk in New York maybe 2 months ago. And he looked good. His belly was flat. You know what I mean? He looked good. So, you know, I'm so sad to hear about this, but I like to see people from my era. I mean, shout out to the new school. I don't much know about you, but I know my true school. LL Cool J still standing. His daughter got married recently. You know, I like to see that thriving. And Puffy, I'm sorry, Diddy, who still looks great. And by the way, he'll be here next Thursday. Yeah. But rest in peace to Prodigy, and you know, our prayers go out to his family. So Kim and Kanye are having a 3rd child. Well, they've hired a surrogate, and reportedly they're paying her, they went through an agency, the proper channel, and they're paying her $45,000 a month. Excuse me, no, in total. Look, spread out over 10 months. And then if by chance she has twins, she'll get an extra $5,000 per kid. Something's not right. The agency is getting paid almost $70,000. That's their fee. But the girl, the woman, will get the, like I was telling you, the 45,000 plus the extra 5,000 if she has multiples. You know, my thing is that the surrogate is opening herself up to virtually a lifetime of grief. You know, she's only housing the baby. It's not her baby, but she is, you know how you connect. I don't care whose baby you house. When you're laying up there in the bed, throwing up, and craving, you know, oysters and eel. There is a connection then to this baby and thus a connection to the family. And there, I feel like this woman will be followed for the rest of her life by the paparazzi, beginning now. Beginning now. Like she's gonna have to stay in the house. You know, and the thing with, they're gonna dive into her personal life. I don't know whether the surrogate is black, white, I have no idea. We don't know anything, but we'll continue to dig. But she's opening herself to a lifetime of interest that some people don't necessarily want in their life. And I wonder if she's gonna be a surrogate who Kim and Kanye keep in their lives, like Sarah Jessica Parker. Yeah, SJP, they still are in contact. Remember when she was on the show, she said it. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I couldn't do the surrogate thing, you know, because I would not want, I could not do it. Because I would not, I would want the baby, here's your money, and go on about your business. But oftentimes it doesn't happen like that. I watch a lot of Lifetime, I see what goes down. My thought is, because Kim is a very, very sweet woman, my thought is, even though the agency, because that they say $45,000 spread out like that is a normal fee, but these are the West, and they have more money than that. My thought is, every time Kim goes to see her, which, by the way, Kim, that should be in the West Wing of your home. If I had a surrogate, I wouldn't even let her live in her house. I'd be drug testing her, urine testing her every single day. You know what I mean? You know? You can live in my house. My cook will cook food for you. My nursing staff and everybody, we're gonna make this right. Oh, and by the way, here's your new Rolex. In the envelope with a, you know, $20,000 tip. Stay good. Yeah, she's got it. Why not? Why not? I don't believe the second baby was more of Kim's idea, because, you know, she had that situation when she had Saint, yes. So physically speaking, she's just like, I'm checked out. And 2 kids is good, especially you get a boy and a girl, perfect. But Kanye, I believe, is the one who wanted the 3rd one. So by any means necessary, so that's what they've done. Congratulations to all 3 parties. It was a hell of a commute, though. We ripped the entire Mobb Deep catalog, like everything. The collabos, the individual, you know, the Mobb Deep, and all that. Ugh. In a sad way, it was, So, The Bachelor in Paradise, do you watch that? Well, I was talking to you about a sexual misconduct investigation last week. Well, it's over. The show is back up and running. The production staff was shut down after Corinne, who apparently is some sort of bad girl in every way, like, you know, drink your liquor, jump in the pool, and zoo the zoo. Like that. Corinne and DeMario they got really drunk and they hooked up, and the show was accused by her, Corinne, of sexual assault. You know, and even one of the producers who was there at the time, that they were in the pool, and I don't know what went down. I don't watch the show. Anyway, apparently one of the producers also said, look, I think we need to stop rolling camera, there's something going down over here. This is what's alleged to have actually happened behind the scenes. She's still going through with her lawsuit saying, if you all saw that I was that drunk, why did you allow everything to continue to go down? Warner Brothers, though, issued a statement yesterday saying that the tape provided proof that there was no misconduct between these two people. But they also promised to change the show's policy. Now, for those of you who watch, if they change the show's policy, then maybe it won't be as fun for you, because I think that watching through the TV, you know, the more you get turned up, the better the show could be. Well, they're gonna turn down. I know for what? I know. But I must say, the ratings will probably be higher than ever when the show returns, and I have no idea when that is, so you all will let me know, and then I will, sometime this summer, they say. I don't know the date. Well, OJ's about to be on the loose. No, you can clap. Clap for, no, not if you don't feel it. Don't clap if you don't feel it. There was only one woman who clapped in the beginning, and she did this and then put her hands down, okay? Well, his parole hearing is July 20th. And, you know, he was sentenced to over 30 years for stealing memorabilia.
Yeah.
Yeah, the killation has nothing to do with anything. But he could be free as early as October, just in time for Thanksgiving and Halloween and Christmas. And, you know, he's been in prison since 2008, and he's been a model prisoner, is what they say. He's gained quite a bit of weight, which, you know, during Hot Topics meeting, you know, somebody said, how do you gain weight in prison? The food is terrible. I said, because it's, from what I understand, well, excuse me. Still looks like OJ. So look, in the prison though, he's a model prisoner. He behaves himself, he makes a proper bed, and he's a gym coach in the prison. And he's getting prisoners into shape. Well, he's a man of a particular age. OJ's probably about 65.
Let me see here. It's 69.
69,
Yeah.
yeah, almost 70 years old. All right, well, so then in that case, he doesn't look so bad. I've seen people, look. I've seen 69-year-old men walking on the street who don't look quite as put together as this. But when he comes out, now what do we do, people? If he gets out, in my opinion, and you said run. If he gets out, here's my calculation. 75% of people will badger him, run from him, and always think of him as, but he's not the killer. That's why I didn't say it. He didn't get convicted of being a killer, but in my mind, and then the other 25% of the people will want autographs. There's always gonna be a thought for OJ. Okay, number one. Number two, there's always gonna be some grizzly football beast who loves football so much that no matter what Juice does, you still wanna play golf with him and eat with him and get his autograph. But what would you do if he moved into the house next door to you? What would you do? What would you do if you're in the restaurant and say you own the restaurant? And hello, this is O.J. Simpson. I'm calling for a reservation. Now, do you disturb the dining room of your lovely restaurant because O.J.'s coming through? Or do you tell him, if you look online, you can see our menu. We'll have some takeout ready for you when you get here. He says he just wants to spend time with his children. You know, he has 2 with Marguerite and 2 with Nicole. And so he's got 4 children altogether. He says he wants to spend time with his children, he wants to mind his own business, and he wants to play golf. I don't believe that. Because the OJ that we've always known is a show pony. He likes to be out and about. You know, when he used to be innocent and real handsome to us, you know, with a straight back, walking around. I couldn't even imagine, like, you guys, and here's the question, because I've interviewed OJ before. I interviewed him before he went into prison when he was found innocent of the murder, but before he stole the Oh. Look, it wasn't even my birthday. Every day is a tiara day. My tiara was affixed to my headphones. Every time I put them on, there's the tiara. So, but you know what? So he was found innocent of the murder, but not guilty yet of the memorabilia. So that was the pocket of time that he had, and that's where I met him, and he was charming and lovely. But in the back of my mind, I'm just like, damn, I am sitting with a stone cold. And here's my question to you, my constituency. Would you be offended if, after OJ is on the loose in October, what'd I say, 4 kids?
4 kids, 4 kids. Uh-huh, yep. 4 kids, allegedly,
did we forget?
We did. We did. There could be another.
Okay. Would you be offended if I had him on the purple couch? Would you be offended if I had... All right, clap if you'd be offended. You're late to the party. Sit down, okay? You didn't mean it. You just wanted attention. And by the way, and you got it. You look cute. I'm still like rocking back and forth. I'm not saying OJ's coming here, but he's gonna do some sort of media thing. And if we've already met and we already had a nice conversation, why wouldn't he come to the show, to the tastemakers of what's going on? And that would be you guys. If that happens, I promise I'll do the whole interview like this. Okay. Remember the Hanson brothers? Bop. Okay. Okay, well, they recently did an interview. This is what they used to look like. And the Bop song is the only song that I knew, but it was big back in the day. They recently did an interview, though, talking bad about Justin Bieber. So that's what they look like now. Strike a pose, Vogue. Anyway, they dissed Bieber by comparing his music to an STD called... They called Bieber's music chlamydia of the ear. You know, it's when you get older, I think older people always look at new music like it's something weird. The same way I said I can appreciate old school hip hop. I really don't much know or care what's going on right now. I mean, I listen, but you know, my era is my era, and I feel like maybe they're jealous of Bieber because they're married, they've got children, these 3 brothers, they've got children, and the only song we know from them is Bop. And they're also, as adults, like grown men, they do like spot dates where they do that song. Like nobody wants to hear new Hanson music. They're forced to do Bop. You know, and they didn't get endorsements that I know of back in the Bop days. Things have become a lot different now where, you know, like this Bieber, you know, you might not like his music, Hanson, but he is turning the world on with more than just one song. And he's got endorsements and way more money. Unfortunately, yeah. The bitteration of the situation is what I'm saying. Shout out to Shaka Khan. My girl. So she's furious at Google. Well, and she needs to be. Because people on the internet noticed that if you Google Shaka Khan's net worth, then they don't show a picture of Shaka Khan. They don't even show a picture of a woman. I know. Not even an alive person. Rest in peace, Nick Ashford of Ashford and Simpson. That's what you see. That is what you see. Google, that's real sloppy. You need to bow down to that legend, Shaka Khan. Well, Shaka let him know. She clapped back saying, "Dear Google, WTF, and you putting my business all in these streets. Nick is giving you side eye from heaven." Now, the connection, if you want to know, between Shaka and Ashford and Simpson is that they wrote "I'm Every Woman." But when you Google Shaka Khan, you're supposed to see Shaka Khan. Google, get it right, because as of 5 minutes ago when I came out here, it was still Nick Ashford in the Shaka Khan picture position. So hopefully by the time the show's over, you will have it correct, because that's foul. And on that note, we've got more great show for you, everybody. We've got the hottest summer beauty must-haves. But up next, it's the author and transgender advocate, the lovely Janet Mock is here. So grab a snack and come on back.